So, work some half guard stuff. So, Lindsay is in my half guard. Right now, it depends on what style of half guard you're going to play. I personally favor half butterfly for myself. That's really where half butterfly and coyote guard and quarter guard are my three favorite positions from bottom. But what I want to do here is, if I can, I like to start in knee shield, because it allows me to get to that underhook get up position, and that actually allows for me to use my lift a little bit better. It'll make sense in just a second. So what I'll do is I make my knee shield, I put my hand on my knee, I kick that arm up, and I use it to get that deep underhook all the way around the back, head underneath the jaw, and I'm all the way up now on my hand, and this is what I call the underhook get up position. And then from here, what I will do is I will dive under her with my right hand, and it's going to go under her opposite leg, and I'm going to pull her all the way up on top of her. So I'll dive under, and it allows me to really pull her all the way on top, and that's when I put my butterfly in. So my butterfly goes in as I'm pulling her, boom. My foot goes in. So that's why I like to start from knee shield, because it allows me to get to that underhook get up, and that allows me to really load her weight better from here. I like this because I have a lot of control from sort of this floating half butterfly. That's a little bit different than half butterfly here, and she's putting pressure on me. This is going to be a completely different scenario than this. Okay, this kind of floating position where I've got her up and I can actually move her base around. So let's go back. So I've got her in knee shield. Put my hand on my knee, kick it through. Right, I like to grab the belt. Now as I fall to my back, I dive under with my hand. I pull her all the way on top, and I make my butterfly. Now, what I go to from here really depends on what her reaction is. Typically, you're going to get one of two. Either she's going to bend this knee and put her foot on the floor, in which case I just follow it and make that butterfly and make that hook. Right? Or, let's go back where your leg is straight, kind of. Or she's going to knee cut towards the inside, which gives me quarter guard or coyote guard, depending upon where her knee is. Or I just trap it from the outside. And that gives me that position. And then we start hitting all of our stuff from here. All right, what I want to look at today, we do this stuff a lot because this is like my favorite position. So I want to look at today, let's go back, is where I load her. Boom, underhook get up. Pull her up on top, make our butterfly. What I want to look at today is when she rolls the knee to the other way and puts her foot flat. Yes. This is what I want to look at. Now, my hook sweep from here is not going to be near as effective because her hands are posted on the floor. She's floating. Now, right now, she's kind of down, but most of her weight is in this knee and her foot on this side and then her hands. So if I just try to lift and sweep her over, it's going to be really tough. Right, her hands are based out, this leg is out here for base, this knee's out here for base. It's really tough. One thing I can do, and that I go to a lot, is I like to switch to X guard from here. That's not what we're doing today, but just keep in mind I can lift, put that foot in, and then we can play X guard. What I want to go to here is the Jackpot sweep or the Tomoe Nage sweep. I'm going to show you both. We'll do the Tomoe Nage sweep first. A lot of times what happens here is as I lift my hips and grab this ankle, what they will do here is they will sort of lower their base and hug my head. They'll underhook. Yeah. They go right here and they hug my head. Now it's hard to make that Jackpot sweep work. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to release her ankle. I'm going to throw it over her head and find her belt. Right, over her head and find her belt. And then what I'm going to do is, just like a Tomoe Nage from standing, I'm going to pull her across me, and I'm going to lift her straight up and all the way across. Now once she goes all the way across, I just pop up and follow her. Okay, all the way to this position. Make sense? Right, really simple. So let's go back. You making it? So we'll do it from this position. So I make my underhook get up. I go under this leg. I pull her on top. Now once she's here, right? Once she's in that position, she's going to roll her knee, put her foot on the floor. And sometimes when you get here, I'll grab this ankle, like I'm going to go to the jackpot sweep, which we've done in a previous video, and she underhooks my head and lowers her head. Yeah, so now it's really tough for me to hit that sweep. So I'll move my hand, I'll go over her head, and grab her belt. Now, what I like to do here when I do this, I don't like, most of the time I'll just sweep the person straight over. But you got to be careful because they can hurt their shoulder when you do this. So let's scoot back just a little bit before we do the sweep. I don't want to get this all on camera. So for the sake of my partner, when I get to this position, what I actually like to do is pretend like I'm going to sweep her this way to get her to post. That way I don't hurt my partner's shoulder. So I pretend like I'm going to lift and hooks. And if the person went over, then great, right? You just swept the person over. You just lift, boom, she posts. Now the sweep is mine. I'm taking her over this shoulder over here. So I'm lifting with my hook. I'm taking her straight over. And then depending upon how she lands, Lindsay kind of over-rotated that time and didn't land on the same side as me. So I would just release and come up and settle into my position. Okay? Makes sense? So one last time. This is one of my favorites. Boom. Right? We're in knee shield. Underhook get up. Dive underneath. Pull her on top. Right? Now once I'm in this position, she's going to roll her knee and her foot flat. Right? Let's go back. Yeah. So we're here. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to grab her ankle. She hugs my head. I throw the arm over and I grab her belt. Now I pretend like I'm going to sweep her over. Now occasionally somebody will just hold on for dear life and you'll sweep the person over. Right? I mean, if that happens, great. But most of the time when I lift and start going, they post this hand. As soon as that happens, I got them. Right? I take them back the other way. Right on top. This is one of my favorites. I used to hit this a lot. I've kind of gotten away from it. But when you start playing with that sort of floating position of half guard, this becomes really, really, really high percentage. So you'll get into that position a lot.